say the other songs.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 481. It's Wednesday, March 13th, 2013, 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Internet talk radio for your imagination. Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley. Plus we bring you the segment Into an Interview with an Americana singer-songwriter named Jiggley Jones.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And Google is being punished for looking at information that's coming out of our homes.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
But not through what we click on as we surf the internet. It was information that they somehow did get from their cars, their Street View cars that take all those pictures. They were also collecting our Wi-Fi data for those of us that don't use passwords. In fact, that's part of their punishment, is to teach us how to make passwords.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
They have to make an instructional video and promote it in a daily online ad for the next 2 years.
Mike's
And they have to pay
Daily
$7 million.
Podcast.
But what's that to them?
Yeah!
It's like what a penny means to me. A penny. Oh my gosh, where's there a penny? Oh, there's one. Whew. Oh, look who just walked in. Hello, my Matthews. This is Madame Rootabega, you pretty penny Rootabega. Yeah, madam. Google takes those pictures from their car, gets that Street View thing, which is really cool. I like it, but apparently they were also monitoring people's Wi-Fi as they were driving by, and that's what got them into hot water. Oh, they are privacy violators. And apparently Google now has to do an annual Privacy Week event to teach their employees certain things so this won't happen again. So they'll be participating in activities such as, and these are actual activities, should I take a picture of this naked woman? Should I take a picture of this murderer? And should I collect private data from the civilians' Wi-Fi network? Michael Matthews, I assume the answer to all of those questions is no. And they're supposed to also provide refresher training for their lawyers overseeing new products. Bad, Google! Bad! Look who just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Guys, you're making something out there in the parking lot. What is it?
It's part of a problem-solving competition where we are supposed to try to figure out how to hold an enormous tank of water in the parking lot using only people's thumbs day.
Yeah, people that were parking their cars, we made them stay out there and hold up this big water tank with their thumbs. Do you know that? Well, that is a strange activity. Oh, what was that?
That was the sound of our project failing day.
Our next project is to see if we can get people to stop watching American Idol. Do you know that? Good luck with that. There was a team from Podcastro Valley, a team of students that actually won a problem-solving competition, and they are off to now the finals. It's called the Odyssey of the Mind competition, and they won with a project where they built a 3-inch balsa wood structure that was capable of holding 480 pounds before being crushed.
Wow, that's amazing day.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. Do you know that? Yeah, sounds like it. Michael Master, I would like to take balsa wood and shove it in your mouth to make you stop talking. Ooh! Thank you. I hear it has a lot of fiber. So they're off to the finals in Brentwood. Congratulations out to them.
I'm really intimidated by smart students day.
Yeah, they make me feel like I'm completely worthless. Do you know that? Great, and that's the kind of inspiration we're supposed to get from smart kids today. So if you love the fact that there are brilliant kids that know how to make a 3-inch balsa wood structure that can actually hold 480 pounds, wow. I think I used balsa wood to burn down an anthill once. Oh, those poor innocent ants. They got back at me by taking away my picnic. Or if you think that Google is being too invasive of our privacy by even having their cool cars that collect photo data actually collecting Wi-Fi data, you can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And you can also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We also have the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. Go there to find out where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes. And if you subscribe to us there, why more people find out about us. You can also rate this show and comment on the show there as well. You can also find our links to our Facebook page, our Twitter, Yelp, and YouTube channel, all at mikesdailypodcast.com. Oh, we also have the blog and the podcast picture, mikesdailypodcast.com.
Into an interview.
Hello?
Jiggley Jones.
Yes, sir.
It's Jiggley Jones!
In the flesh.
I'm Mike Matthews from Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hi, Mike. How you doing? I thought that was you.
It is, and I thought it was you as well. And
It works out good.
Jiggly, I wrote a song for you.
Okay.
Jiggly, jiggly went down to the Piggly Wiggly. Jiggly buys Wrigley gum.
Okay.
His
Better
favorite,
get that copy written.
and he goes to Wrigley Stadium. And that's about it.
That's pretty good. That would be a heck of a drive for me to get to Wrigley Stadium from Pennsylvania. But,
You're in
and we don't
Pennsylvania.
have any. I was going to say we don't have any Piggly Wigglies up here either. So.
Oh, yeah, we don't have them. We don't have them in Podcastro Valley, California either.
Okay, I think that's more of like a southern thing, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
And when I did live in Alabama for a short while, I never went to a Piggly Wiggly. I feel like I missed out.
Well, there's something you could look forward to later in life, I guess.
That's true. And something I look forward to is speaking to you. Oh, I am doing that now. So, yay. I have another thing I can cross off my list. And Jiggley Jones has it's a EP called No Spring Chicken.
Right.
And you can find out at jigglyjones.com. And I hear that it took a while to make this. It's been like 5 years or something since you've made an album.
Well, actually, the project itself started 5 years ago, so I demoed for a few years and decided on which direction I was going to go and basically developed the whole thing. The recording process started maybe about a year and a half ago, and it took like 6 months or so, and I released it back in August of this year. Tried to promote it myself for a while, went through the Christmas season and sort of hit like a plateau. And luckily, I ran into Michael Stover of MTS Management, MS Management Group, and
is he a nice guy? I've only spoken to him via email, so I've never met.
Okay.
Did you meet him in person?
No, I haven't. Believe it or not, we haven't even talked on the phone. Everything is done via email so far, and it's just to be more productive. Basically, he's got 5 artists on his roster right now, including myself, and it moves things along a lot quicker when he's not on the phone all day long. So I really like the way we're working it. So
I wonder if he's a little bald man that lives in a basement somewhere. Oh, wait a minute, that's me. No.
You and many others, right?
That's very cool. So then, how did the title "No Spring Chicken" come about?
It's sort of a funny kind of thing. It's sort of like a sarcastic view of the music business, basically. It seems like anymore, if you're not 16 or 18, nobody wants to paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, being I'm not 18 anymore, I figured I'd throw a little sarcasm back at them and just go with what I was. So,
was 18 all that great anyway?
I don't think so. I probably when I was 18, I was wishing I was 20.
Yeah. I was pretty thin at 18. I don't think I don't know, and I ate a whole bunch, and now that sadly can't happen. I can't eat a bunch and stay thin. It just doesn't. But
yeah,
that's all I
guess
remember.
as you go along, it gets harder and harder to do that, right?
It does. Those young kids have no idea. It's such a chore. But you have written co-written well over 100 songs.
Yes, I have. Yep.
Wow.
I mean that accumulates over the years, and there's a whole bunch of styles amongst those 100 songs too. So this particular project, I'm probably sitting on about 20 or 25 or so.
Can you remember most of them? Or, I mean, you know, do you sometimes go, oh, I wonder, I forgot how that one song I wrote went. Is there a Rolodex in your head?
I have everything on CD, so if I do think about it, I'll go back and listen to it once in a while.
Oh, good.
And, you know, sometimes I can't even make it through a whole song when it's one of the first ones I wrote, because I've come such a long way as far as my abilities and stuff. So, but yeah, there's well over 100 songs, all complete, all copywritten, and sometimes I'll go back to them and remake something. Like a couple songs I'm doing right now in my live set are songs I wrote years ago, and I just resurrected them and brought them back, you know. And I do them acoustically now, so.
Oh, how cool. And is it like, it's almost like a new song in a way, because you're rediscovering it.
Sure. I mean, I might even change the lyrics a little bit here and there. The feel's probably usually different, you know. It's those songs were done in bands, so I had to break it down to just the basics of what the song was originally written on. So it's sort of cool.
Okay, I have a question for you about songwriting. Have you ever written a song that when you named the song, it was the name of a woman's name?
No, not really. I don't get too specific with my lyrics and stuff. I try to generalize, because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that listen to songs and try to develop an idea of what, you know, the songwriter is trying to say, and put that and place that into their own lives.
Right.
So it makes it a little easier for me. I got a couple songs that are specific. I wrote a couple songs about my kids. I got one about my wife, but I don't have her name in the title, though.
Okay. That just seemed like, I used to listen to Toto, and it seemed like every song they had a woman's name in the title, or there was, you know, a lot of artists did that.
Yeah, I guess those guys, that was their thing. Maybe they were trying to rekindle something.
I think so. And that one Roseanne was actually about the actress Roseanne Arquette, I am told. And
okay,
so
I didn't know that.
She has been immortalized, even though we've kind of lost track of where she doesn't seem to do much movies now. But
I guess that was pretty much their biggest hit.
And speaking of names, your name is Jiggley. How did you get the name Jiggley Jones?
That's funny. That's usually the first question everybody asks.
I'm a little slow. I'm slow. That's why.
I appreciate you not following suit with everybody else on that. There's no mystery to it. It's no fancy story. It's just about 15 or so years ago, hanging out with a bunch of guys I was buddies with. Actually, I was in a band with them, and somehow that word came up, and we were tossing it around all night, and somehow I ended up with it as a nickname, and everybody that was associated with that band started calling me that, and it just snowballed from there. So pretty much, 50 people knew me as Jiggley, and when I brought this project up from nowhere, I decided to call it that because everybody seemed to like that name. So I figured that might separate me from the masses. I don't think there's anybody named Jiggley out there, so there you have it.
Which goes back to the having to deal with having a lot, some extra weight. Us guys can get a little jiggly when we have a little extra weight. Like Santa.
What was that?
Like Santa Claus.
Right. I don't think that's what they came up with that name for.
Oh.
It might have been in reference to a woman or something. I'm not sure.
Oh.
But nobody ever really told me what it was about. I just rolled with it because everybody liked it, and it like really spread like wildfire. So it was just one of those things in life that happens, and I don't know, maybe it happens for a reason, right?
I guess so, and you have a nice JJ initial.
Right, yeah.
So that works well. And Jiggley, what's that?
I was going to say it flows pretty smoothly, too, so
it does.
It rolls off the tongue.
Nice alliteration. So tell me about the song Ain't That All Right?
Okay, that song is pure fun. It's basically, at the end of the day, it's about living for the moment and not dwelling on things that bring you down. I have an entire video